thought I'd let the music play out there. I was quite enjoying it. I think I do like this music. It's quite unique. Welcome in, bienvenue to my channel, and bonjour, good day. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Starting off slightly late today because things have gone like a little bit differently than expected, but we have a flight planned in the Beechcraft Baron 5-8 aircraft from south of France. Can you believe it? The south of France, in obviously France. So we're going from Toulon, and if you know, Toulon is the famous place of Napoleon Bonaparte's first war campaign, or first campaign in the port of Toulon. You should read up on your history. It's very, very interesting. French people do have a very good culture and history. Should get into that. And we'll be going up to none other than Monaco, the land of the rich and famous. That's right, the land of Monaco, where the boats, not bots, the boats, the planes, trains, the cars, everything there is luxurious. I don't think you'll be able to fly through without paying a permit fee or something like that. So we're gonna start, of course, we're in the Beechcraft Baron again. If you are new here, my name is Grantham, and I do stream usually 3 times a week on the airliner. So I'll do an airliner flight Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1:30 PM in the afternoon. So that's about 2:30 Central Eastern Time, 3:30 Eastern European Time, and of course 4:30 Moscow time. So if you are new here and you want to watch me, then come along to those streams. I am streaming on the Tuesday. I've started to stream my off days as well, because I like to do the off days as propeller aircraft. I've been saying I want to, and I keep doing them on my on days for the airlines. So we're going to go ahead and start. This is about an hour's flight, I think. Some good weather today as well. I mean, look at this. The aircraft looks fantastic. The airport looks fairly fantastic as well. I can't complain too much. It's just so good. Flying in the south of France on X-Plane 12. By the way, if you don't know what this is, it's such a pleasure. It doesn't have to be the most detailed experience, but I think it's just the fun of traveling from A to B. So we're going to go ahead. We've sort of done our pre-walk around checklist. So we've examined the aircraft. I had a quick look at the nose and the landing gear, because my landings are, as you know, very, very hard sometimes. Okay, I've never really paid too much attention to the detail, but that's fairly detailed. We have a nice silver tube. Okay, more checks on the propeller, the engine. So the propellers look nice and clear. I can't remember if these will degrade over time. Oh, stuck in the engine. If these will degrade over time in the flight, if they accumulate dirt. They do look pretty clean. And last night they didn't look very clean. I had an engine failure in the Baron. I ran out of fuel. Okay, so we can use the torch, because it's not very dirty at the moment. You'll notice there's a few scratches, but nothing significant. Those are probably just scratches from stones. Bit of dirt down there on the wheel guard. Wings, of course, we got you'll notice this black stretch, if we can get in position, this black stretch across the wing and the nose. And of course the tail elevator section is the boot press, or the de-icing segment of the aircraft. You notice this on the aircraft that are allowed to fly in ice, and of course airliners which are allowed to fly in ice as well. Okay, ailerons, you can't move the ailerons around unless you use your control stick. I'm using a controller, Xbox controller. Very, very useful for what you want to do. So elevators are free and correct. Can't check our flaps because we haven't got the battery switched on. We should really do that, switch the battery on and then do a walk around. There's the elevator. I've gone for the classic Beechcraft Baron livery. It looks very, very sweet. I would like more options in terms of the colour, like a customization option to change the call sign perhaps. Okay, I think everything's looking good. There's my vessel, so I'm going to hop inside. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and start up by slicking the battery on. I want to make sure this flight is as calm as possible as it can be. So if you are new here and you find it a bit loud, perhaps on my voice or some of your RAN system, navigation lights should be on. I stick the beacon and the Well, I won't stick the taxi light on. I'll try and do the ACC this time. Maybe we could have done it on VATSIM. Just check who's on VATSIM. You'll notice actually in the, just while I check that, there's a timer in the lower right of the corner of the screen, and that will be our estimated flight time. In other words, well, not estimated flight time, but it'll give us the amount of time we've roughly been in the aircraft. So I'm going to go ahead and start that now. We should really start it when we get into it. I think there might be a lag online. I'm getting a good amount of frame rates. So there shouldn't be. It says YouTube stream is excellent health. There shouldn't be any issues with the lag because they got, like I say, good frame rates. Very good frame rates. Maybe it's just YouTube doesn't want people to stream, but I'll give it a bit longer. Okay. Yeah, I'll start the timer. So this will tell us how long we've been in. Roughly, it's about an hour's flight. Cockpit's looking very, very sweet. Okay, so connect to explain as, who do you want to be? You want to be go? Because obviously their method is not correct. And I'm going to do my method, which works every single time flawlessly. Be a good opportunity to practice my French. The little French that I know, that is. So I've obviously said it already. Bienvenue is welcome. And the game just crashed. Okay, not a good start to the stream. I hope the well, the stream should carry on. It's just the game. Explain, eh? Explain indeed. I've got something on my screen appearing. Starting to, as I said yesterday, thinking about moving to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just a much better experience, much higher frame rate, and no experienced crashes yet. If you don't know what the Baron is, it's a twin piston aircraft. Predominantly designed 60s, 70s, all those decades, and then they stopped making them and they designed the sort of better version, which was, I got a small thing on the screen. I'm not going off the screen though. Yeah, small. They designed the aircraft. They stopped designing it. Then they made a Garmin version, a more digitized version, which was is still being produced today. Okay, so I'm not going to do the boost pumps on. You can just do it, but I won't open the throttle. I'll open it a little bit. See, first time. So you don't need any of that 50% throttle pull. You just need to go straight in. You don't even need the fuel pumps on. And it'll work. Just do the mix, just fuel forward, and the start switch is on. You don't even need the alternators on until after you started them. Right, that's the engines, so go ahead and stick our lights on, even though we should have had them on before. Panel lights, just to make sure you have enough lighting in the stream. 10 to 2, so we're about 20 minutes in. Quite a lot, well, 12 minutes in. I think I started a bit later than usual. This is a very unexpected stream for me as well. But France, beautiful France, the name of the title of the stream. Absolutely amazing place to travel and to fly, of course. Right, we're going to stay the avionics on. We're going to try and contact Toulon, that's where we are, Toulon Airport, for our clearance. I'll plan the flight plan first, so we'll go into Monaco. If anyone knows what that is, just have to double check the ICAO. ICAO Monaco. Monaco. LM Lima November Mike Charlie. Lima November Mike Charlie. So that's what it's saying the ICAO is, but there's nothing coming up on here. There's no identification for it. I've put it in correctly. LMMC. Unless X-Plane 12 hasn't. By the way, that crash before was I think ICAO. It's coming up as Monaco, Monte Carlo. Let's just have a look on this site instead. Yeah, so it's the same ICAO code on there. I guess we just have to fly up the coast until we reach Monaco. That'd be interesting. Because there's no option here. Let's enter that. Nah, it's not appearing. We'll go ahead and just request clearance. So Toulon has a strange name. This is the airport. So we're going east.
You're the Palivister Tower. Golf, X-Ray, Sierra, Tango, Victor. Hello. Beechcraft, 58 Baron. 4.
Check the flaps.
Returning today.
Make sure they're all working.
POB. Request taxi.
You see they're
4
both
VFR flight.
deployed symmetrically there.
Golf, Tango, Victor. Information, Papa, current. Runway 31, taxi via runway 10. Hold short of runway 31.
Information, Pop. Runway 31, taxi via runway 10. Hold short of runway 31. Golf, Tango, Victor.
Alright, we'll go. We should listen to the ATIS. I'll listen to the ATIS and get that via 10. Unless I've got the wrong airport on ATC. It's the right airport. Well, we know there's a runway 31. But there's no 10. I don't know whether there's a 10 there. So you could say taxiway, you could say via taxiway 10. So usually a number. I'm not sure we're familiar with south of France of aviation. Let's go anyway. Let's get going. Everything's on. Still got taxi lights on. Yeah, we got about 2 hours worth of. Well, fuel tanks are full. I did have 2 hours worth of fuel. We could already see runway 31 there and taxiway 10. Let's move that viewpoint. Very interesting. So the French must use perhaps, although that's the first time I've seen that, maybe numbers instead of letters, but I have usually it's letters for taxiways.
Golf, Tango, Victor. Report ready.
Will go. Golf, Tango, Victor.
On the map, it's not coming up as 10. There's a runway on the other end. It's coming up as 3113. So I don't know. I'll have to do some research on the airports in France and the aviation lingo. We are pretty much ready to go. I'm going to stick the strobes on and the landing lights, of course. Taxi lights off. We'll do our radio call.
You're the Palivister Tower. Golf, Tango, Victor. Ready for departure.
Golf, Tango, Victor. Squawk 1602. Fly heading 295. Runway 31. Cleared for takeoff. Wind 280 degrees, 5 knots.
Squawk 1602. Fly heading 295. Runway 31 cleared for takeoff. Golf Tango Victor.
Just before we go, I'm going to try that flight plan one more time. Let's clear that and then let's enter the flight plan again. So Lima November Mike Charlie. Lima November Mike Charlie. Hopefully this is nope, nothing coming up for it. There's nothing there at all, so obviously it's not been put in the game. Unless there's another ICO that I'm not aware of. Okay, we're doing to be heading east after our departure though. We are taking off runway 13, aren't we? Runway 13. So that's to the right of us. Clear left, clear right. Straight out. Beautiful looking day, a bit overcast. V1, rotate. Very smooth takeoff. Positive rate climb, gear up. Of course, if there's any flats, we'll retract them at 300 or 400 feet. Maybe a bit later. Nice steady climb, our best steep to begin with. There's a lot of terrain to clear in the
Golf
area.
Tango Victor. Resume own navigation.
Resume own navigation. Golf Tango
Okay, so we're
Victor.
cleared to resume our navigation. Look at this. Look at this amazing place. It is a shame that X-Plane 12 uses the exact same scenery absolutely everywhere. It uses the exact same houses and there's no uniqueness, there's no landmarks. It's just these buildings are in every country you go in. So there's nothing unique. Amazing views of yeah, so it'd be good if you used more detailed scenery like Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think Microsoft uses photographic scenery, so that's what makes it so realistic, and you have all those landmarks and things. Okay, just so you notice I'm reducing the manifold pressure on the propeller. You don't usually have full propeller and manifold pressure on climb out. We should be climbing about 140, so about 700 feet a minute. I'm going to turn east and then we'll put the autopilot on or something. I'm going to cruise up to about 5,000 feet just to make sure we can see everything, and also to clear those mountains. We don't want to be crashing into them or hitting them. But it's a perfect day to be flying, as you can see, so welcome aboard everybody. Good thing we got fuel tanks full. Said an hour, but we want to make sure we got plenty for a diversion or alternate airport, or even if there's a storm. Nice, not long ago actually, a couple of weeks ago, Nice had some really bad thunderstorms. Okay, we're passing 3,000 feet. I'm going to arm the autopilot. I'm going to click the heading, the altitude in a second when we get up to 4,500. Oh, actually no, we can't click. If you click altitude it will engage the autopilot. Close the cowl flaps. as long as your temperature's in the green, you can keep the
Golf
cow
Tango
flaps closed.
Victor. Traffic service cancelled. Squawk 7000. Free call knees approach 120.655. Goodbye.
Traffic service cancelled. Squawk 7000. Free call needs approach 120.655. Golf Tango Victor. Goodbye.
Okay, we're free calling Nice. Just about to enter their airspace. What was it again? 120.655. 20.655. We're just on the outskirts.
Needs approach. Golf X-Ray Sierra Tango Victor. Alone. Beechcraft 58 Baron. From near the Palister. Altitude 3,901 POV. Request traffic service.
Golf Tango Victor. Squawk 3503. QNH 1016. Traffic service.
Squawk 3503 QNH 1016. Traffic service. Golf Tango Victor.
I could probably set the autopilot now. If I select the autopilot on, it should maintain that climb rate. And then we'll get to about 5,000, I'll level off the aircraft. Yeah, if it's too loud or anything else, then feedback, of course, is the only way to let me know about it. Bienvenue, welcome, comment, ça va?
Golf Tango Victor. Radar contact.
Radar contact from Nice Control. If you are just joining, we are flying from Toulon to Monaco. We haven't been able to establish the Monaco ICAO one-off on our GPS system for some reason, so it may be just a small uncontrolled airport, but it's hard to we got Nice is there, LFMN, still quite some distance from that. Of course, landing lights off in the cruise. Now we are at 6,000. I forgot to level off. Let's level off at 6,000 instead. Nice steady hold there. All the way along the south coast of France. How beautiful on a fantastic Tuesday afternoon. Grab yourself a cup of tea. Very British thing to do. Or a coffee perhaps, that might be more French. A croissant, and enjoy. try and divert a bit of the inland here. We won't be able to see where we're flying. Very, very pretty. Got a nice little town down there, or village. Just tons of houses basically scattered. I'm not sure if it's like this in the south of France for real. There seems to be houses down roads. Perhaps they're just adding houses for the sake of it. Maybe those roads in real life would be empty and there'd be no houses on them. As I was saying before, Toulon, the first campaign of Napoleon, his first outing and his first experience of war, really. A very young man at the time, and of course he wanted to do some very different things, didn't he? And of course we're going to Monaco, the land of the rich, the boats, the yachts, the planes, and of course the Ferraris and Lamborghinis of wealthy people are going to be there as well. Let's stick these lights on, so yeah, it doesn't make any difference. Let's hope we see something pretty good on the way. We should be passing Nice in the next 10 minutes. Cruising about 160. Apparently this aircraft can go to cruise speed of 100 and up into the yellow zone for cruise, but I mean it's yellow for a reason. I'm not going to risk it. I usually like to cruise about this speed. It gives you a bit more stability as well. You see there we got 2300 on the RPM. Maybe I have to reduce that to 22, it just depends. Let's see if we can get a bearing to the airport, because we can't find it on a GPS. This might be interesting to see if it works. Request bearing to the airport. Mandaloo. Nice. There's nothing popping up yet. Could go Marseille province. 72 nautical miles for that. I'm going to check online once more for the ICAO of Monaco and see if we can find it. Okay, so even though he gave us an ICAO for Monaco Airport, I've actually just checked and it said Nice Airport is the closest to Monaco. So there's no airport at Monaco like it said there was. That's unfortunate. Well, we'll fly up to Monaco anyway, then we'll fly around there, see what's going on. Some proper aviation stuff going on at the moment. Apparently we had rockets launching last night. Very, very interesting. I don't know if you saw it where you were. Massive rockets being launched by billionaires into space. Can't imagine what that would why would we want to do that at all. Yep, so not far from Nice is Monaco as expected. I thought it was going to be about an hour's flight. Might still be about an hour's flight. Check the map. So I'm really close to Nice already. It's been a relatively quick experience from... Yeah, we only departed from here. We're already gone halfway almost, and then we'll descend. I think Nice is around here somewhere, sort of in between nowhere. There's no markings to tell you. Doesn't say Monaco down there. Given the scenery on X-Plane 12, actually, we might not even see it. I mean, look at the look at the roads on that. That is questionable. Of course, the water. Yeah, there's Nice. Let's make this be interesting. Let's do a touch and go at Nice. I wonder if we can do a touch and go at Nice. I'll just do an ILS and then sail go around.
Golf, Tango, Victor, information, Harper, current. Descend, pilot's discretion, 4,000. QNH 1016. Turn left, heading 227. Descend via Lempu to 4,000. 4 ILS. Approach runway 04 left.
Information, Pop. Descend, pilot's discretion, maintain 4,000.
Okay, we go back down to 4,000. I've only diverted to do touch and go to keep it a bit more interesting.
4,000. 4 ILS. Approach runway 04 left. Golf, Tango, Victor.
Program that in while we're here. Runway 04 left for the ILS. Turn left. Lempu. Okay, it's giving us the instructions. We'll activate that. You see, that's relatively simple to use. I'll say that because I can use it now, but when I initially turned the aircraft on, it felt a bit overwhelming. Just stick with it though, and you'll be able to figure it out. So we weren't that far from the ILS approach intercept. 4,000 feet. Not looking like it. Look at those clouds though. Looking about bit drizzly and overcast. So we may be expecting thunderstorms later on. It's not uncommon in Nice. And there's a good view. Another airport there. Very good view. Probably one of the best places to fly. South of England's nice, a bit more. It's flatter, I guess. South of France though is warmer. It's strange though, Monaco doesn't have an airport. You would think with all those rich people going there, they would have at least they'd have a small airfield or something. Imagine that, you have to go all the way to Nice and then drive. I suppose it's not the worst thing, but you have to drive from Nice or Marseille or anywhere else to Monaco. I guess that give you a chance to show off your cars. Very cool.
Golf, Tango, Victor. Report established localizer. Runway 04 left.
Report established localizer. Runway 04 left. Golf, Tango, Victor.
I mean, we're practically on the doorstep to Monaco at this point. It's such a small place. Past Nice and then yeah, not very far after that. I'm looking on the map to try and find somewhere where you might be able to touch down to have a look, or we could do a low pass and have a look over the yacht docks and things. The marina. The Marine, the Monaco Open Air Cinema, a lot of things there. Hotel de France, Ambassador Monaco, all the cafe places of course. Okay, there's a lot of hills, a lot of grass. We may be better off flying in a warboat. We may have been better off flying in a Cessna on floats. I can't imagine you missing much. It seems very... I mean, it looks very pretty, but it also seems very competitive. Seems like a lot of millionaires, a lot of millionaires who are showing off their cars and things. Okay, we're gonna program the ILS. I might change actually. Should we change to the Cessna with floats on it? I think we should. I think we should land here in the Baron, and then we should go the rest of the way in the Cessna with floats on. And that way we can land at Monaco. Okay, 4 left, 109.95. There we are. We're lined up. We need to do descend to become coming into contact with the ILS localizer. I'll reduce that throttle. Allow the plane to drop there about 700 feet a minute. Perhaps a bit less. So if you want to do the ILS, make sure you have this onto V-lock. It should be GPS at the moment, but it's gone to V-lock because we're following the ILS approach. And make sure it's switched from GPS is you notice it's red, and then you switch it to navigation 1 and it'll give you a glide slope for the localizer. I think I will. I'm going to do that, and then we can rename the stream as well.
Victor, climb and maintain 4,000.
They want us at 4,000 for the approach. Seems a bit high up. So yeah, we can switch to the plane, and I'll rename the stream Beechcraft Baron / Cessna on floats. Tax-free area. Interesting. Monaco. So I didn't know if it's a tax-free area or not. I know a lot of countries are that tend to be well off. I think, is Monaco its own country? Technically it's in France, so I'll class it as France.
Golf, Tango, Victor, expedite your climb.
Expedite climb. Golf, Tango, Victor.
Yeah, no income tax in Monaco, so very cool. That's definitely like places like Brunei. So he wants us to climb. We are too high up if we're going to go at this height. Yeah, so Brunei and I think Saudi Arabia is also tax free. Basically anywhere that has a lot of money. Imagine that, no tax on your €2 million mansion, or probably more than that. We are going to have to start to descend. The ATC is a bit confused. He wants to stay at 4,000, but he cleared us for the ILS. Report established. Localizer. Let's just report localizer now and see what happens.
On localizer.
Golf, Tango, Victor, cleared for ILS. Approach runway 04 left. Contact Knees Tower 118.700. Goodbye.
Cleared for ILS. Approach runway 04 left. Contact Knees Tower 118.700. Golf, Tango, Victor. Goodbye.
Very steep approach here. Way too high up. Knees Tower 1187.
Knees Tower. Golf, X-Ray Sierra Tango, Victor. Alone. Beechcraft.
Quite a good descent rate though in the Baron, doing very well.
Runway 04 left.
Golf, X-Ray Sierra Tango,
About 2,000
Victor.
feet a minute.
Knees Tower. Hello. Continue approach. Information Quebec current.
Continue approach. Information Quebec. Golf, X-Ray Sierra Tango, Victor.
Golf, Tango, Victor. Runway 04 left. Cleared to land. Wind 160 degrees 5 knots. Call final.
Runway 04 left. Clear to land. Will go. Golf, Tango, Victor.
Okay, we do get down the time. Very high up though. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. That's fine. Let's go ahead and park the Baron back at Nice and switch aircraft. We switch to a water plane next and hope we got a place to depart from. If not, we can carry on in the Baron, provided we've got somewhere to park this
Golf, Tango, Victor.
boat thing. Monaco, not the first time I've been here. It's a very pretty airport. I've only flown here in small aircraft.
Tango, Victor, contact, knees, Granth, 121 decimal.
I haven't had a chance to look at it in the
Goodbye.
light. I've usually flown here in the night time.
121.
Looks very cool. There's the general aviation parking.
Goodbye.
We'll get our parking clearance, then we'll switch. So 121 decimals 705.
Knees ground. Golf. X-ray Sierra Tango Victor. Runway vacated.
Golf, X-ray, Sierra, Tango, Victor, knees, ground, hello, taxi, GA, ramp via Fox.
Something going on with the graphics. There's definitely something going on with X-Plane loading. All this blurriness, the crash today. Whew, not good at all. Yeah, it usually looks crystal clear. I'm just wondering if it's the airport that's not very well. Wouldn't surprise me. Right, we're taxiing, general aviation run by via Foxtrot 1, Foxtrot Tango and Victor. So we're going to the general aviation ramp. Yeah, that's definitely a game issue, not necessarily a computer issue. Right, we're not going over to the right as I expected, we are going over to the left. I always thought that was the general aviation over there. Nice external view for once. This engine is all the way to the end. And speed up. I'm gonna get there nice and quick. Quite the big airport this. I suppose they're taking traffic. Massive triple engine aircraft there. Looks like a MD McDonnell Douglas. KLM of course. We got, I think that's a Chinese airline. We have Qantas. We have Delta. Air France will be here somewhere, no doubt. Of course, it's France. American Airlines. Some amazing looking planes. I think that's the 777 there. So one of the 777s. LATAM. Yeah, so his centre is right around the other side of the airport, but it's a very cool airport. It looks very pretty. It's got nice smooth tarmac. Very smooth. Not all of it. Plenty of jetways there. So it seems like this is probably gonna. This is like not just a big airport, but it's a major airport for the region. Probably one of the main airports for the south of France, where most people fly to. I know Nice is very popular, regardless of the time of year. Okay, so we want Victor after Tango, so Tango Victor. It's usually our. I think that's our number plate today as well, our registration. Yep, Tango Victor. Well, at least I've flown here in the daytime. I can see where the general aviation ramp is on this side of the airport. A lot of Beechcraft. They're not Barons, they are basically just a bigger variant. Okay, is this us? Victor? Papa Victor. There's a plane just about in our spot. Let's go ahead and park there. So, yeah, we're here in the Baron. We're going to go ahead and check the menu, but look at that view. Isn't that something to be enjoying? Nothing better than flying in the airport in the sun. Alright. Just give me 1 second. So flight configurations. You can see the aircraft here. I've only got the basic aircraft installed. It is a good view. So the basic aircraft are here. The Zebra mode is this aircraft. I have downloaded that for free extra. It's an extra aircraft, but it's free. Now the one I want to go in is this Cessna Skyhawk Floats. Now this should be able to fly into Monaco because there's no airport, so we'll have to fly in as a boat. So that'd be cool. I haven't flown this yet. This will be the first time I'm flying it. Let's check the weight and fuel. So I've not got any passengers or cargo. It's just me on my own. 46. We're going to crank that up a bit. Fuel weight 3.5 hours. We don't want that much. We only want about an hour's worth. I don't think we can depart from Nice in this. So if it's coming up as an option. I wonder if we can park up and then use the wheels. I'll have to see what happens. Let's start in it and see if we can do it. Very, very cool. Maybe it was a better option to go in the Cessna to begin with. Let me just edit the title of the stream. So you should say Beechcraft Baron 58/ Cessna Skyhawk Floats. Okay, so I can see wheels. We got wheels on the bottom. We are parked here. We can't see our Baron. We just abandoned. Very good. I'm just going to check flight configuration. I did figure out last night how to put AI aircraft on. They weren't very functional, but they did the job. Right, we've got a taxi. I don't know how we're going to do this. We've got a taxi into the water. Or, well, no we don't. We got a taxi the wrong way. I'm being stupid. We got to taxi the wrong way and take off. Very classic. It's basically a Cessna Skyhawk layout. I haven't been in it. It's the first time in it. The lights, of course. Yes, it's the same layout. It's just got skis on it. Beacon, navs, taxi lights, mixture rich. Cool. Let's get going. I'm going to fly nice and low. I'm going to fly about 2,000 feet. Maybe not even that, maybe about 1,500 feet to get us there, and then when we're about a couple of 100 meters away, I'll descend down to the water. If you're wondering how this is rolling, it does have wheels on it. Okay, so the compass isn't aligned. You see that's different to what we have on our heading indicator. Just between 210 and 40. Since X-Plane 12 actually does have very good crash physics, I give it credit for the crash physics. It's very realistic, so if you crash in this, the aircraft's going to disintegrate. I think we're at the right runway. Let's carry on to the next one. Yeah, so you crash on the water, it's going to disintegrate the wings, the tail, it's going to set on fire. If you crash on land, it'll do the same thing. It's the first simulator I've ever played, actually, first flight sim which has had those physics. Never seen that on anything else. Microsoft Flight Simulator bounces off the ground, which is completely unrealistic. And it seems to be give you immortal, like, make you immortal at least for the duration of your flight. Okay, let's go ahead and taxi onto here. Slightly longer roll there, just wanted to make sure we had enough speed. Okay, I should have just took the taxi lights off to take off. Strobes on. Awesome. You can retract the landing gear. Just did it. So retract the landing gear on the old Cessna. Makes its fickle way to Monaco Airport. Brilliant. If you notice, the head of the man is moving, and it'll move when you look around. So that's a nice detail. And Monaco's very, very recognisable. It has of course, the yacht boats, the yachts, and the marine outside. If it's not modelled well, we might not recognise it. I mean, it could be that there, it could be the Monaco place. Looks very well developed. Looks like we just escaped some bad weather there as well. Yeah, probably a thunderstorm brewing. I suspected such weather would come later on when it is approaching 3:15 in the afternoon. It would be handy as well to have the marking. It would say Monaco, for example. There's no indication there where we are on the map. Yeah, we can land on water. We are going to land on water. In fact, that's the plan. We're going to land on water after the Baron, which we switch from. Makes the stream slightly different. We're not sticking to the same aircraft throughout. We're doing a bit of both. Like I said, my first time in the Cessna with skis on. You notice I'm flying a little bit slower, trying to maintain a fairly low speed so we can see where we're going. I'm pretty sure they would have taken the time to model the Marine. They've got to have done it because... or is it that down there? Is that the Marine? I got a feeling that's Monaco down there. Although we got some more, we have got stuff in the distance. We got some more things on the coast there. Looks like a marine as well. It's just roads. This thing here, lights at it. That could be part of it. If not, we can turn back to that auspicious looking thing. Beautiful, very very beautiful. Bienvenue, welcome to my channel. My channel. If you're new here, my name is Grantham. I fly on a regular basis on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the airliner. I've started to stream on days off on Tuesday now and sometimes Thursdays. Just depends how I feel. I'll do a piston aircraft on that day, or I might do an airline. It just depends what's going on. So we're not near Monaco just yet. We have just passed St. John Cap, I believe it is. I believe that's that stretch of land there. Jean lives there. And we're going over. Just look at it. I'm looking at Google Maps by the way. I'm looking at anything special. I'll go onto Bing or Firefox or whatever you use. Just type in South France. It should give you, of course, the same thing I have. Do you prefer, let me know everybody, do you prefer the Baron or do you prefer the Cessna? I'm a bit more fond of the Baron. The Cessna I do like, but not the water version. Still looks very pretty. Still looks very decent on the outside, but for me it's the Baron. It's just the extra speed and power. It makes it, although to be fair, the Cessna has its positives, just because it's not got as much power. It's certainly got this one has got the ability to land anywhere. You can land in water, you can land on land, so this is the millionaire's plane you need. Or another water boat. Whichever, Grum and Goose. Grum and Goose is a very nice water plane as well. It is pretty cool. I might use it more because now I know we can land. Well, now I know I can land at Monaco on water. I might take off from Monaco as well. Not on a stream, on a private flight. It's just a pain. I'd really want X-Plane to bring in the ability to be able to place your aircraft in the world. Because so far you can only place your aircraft on water. No, not more, sorry, on an airport. So you can only choose an airport rather than choosing a free location, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm looking at the map for reference and the game map. It's very difficult to tell where we are. We are approaching, I'm pretty sure we're approaching Monaco though. There's just nothing there's no waypoints to tell you. Bit of a search and rescue, bit of a search mission this. Trying to figure out where we're going. Of course, welcome to Ask Me Anything. I think this is Monaco here, this very small part. It looks very nice though, it's not modelled. It's such a shame. I guarantee that on Microsoft Flight Simulator they've modelled everything in Monaco. They would have put it on the map. I guarantee they would have done that. They would have put the details of the marine, they would have put boats, they would have put other things there to be able to tell you what it is. Okay, the red button for the Cessna. Yeah, so X-Plane just really want them to increase the effort they put in. You know, Microsoft isn't just well ahead in terms of it's basic. It's doing things which this game should be doing. Right, let's just say this is Monaco. It doesn't have a marine like it expected. That's a reflection of X-Plane though, not the actual location. These things here could be no idea. If we go any further we're bordering on. Let's have a look there. There's a bit of a town, bit of a thing there. Not much. Monaco does have a heliport, but I can't fly a helicopter just yet, so I'll have to train myself in helicopters, and then we could do some mountain rescues. You are free to ask questions as well. Any questions are welcomed, and feedback. And appreciate everyone being here. Thank you for taking the time to watch my channel and my stream. Hope you're enjoying the aircraft as much as I am, even if it's just flying around like this. This is very fun. This is very enjoyable. This gives me a lot of relaxation. So maybe it wasn't that one on the right, maybe it was the other one we saw. Let's fly back to the other one and let's see. The other one was just here, this other town. The other part of buildings, or there's that section there. That's a very good question. Is the SR-71 Blackbird possible? I'm assuming you mean... Do you mean on X-Plane? Is it possible to play on X-Plane? Because I haven't seen it available on X-Plane. I mean, the aircraft itself is... the Blackbird... I know about the Blackbird. Maybe I don't know about that. the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. I used to call it a different name, but yeah, that's a real aircraft. It's just, I don't think it's on X-Plane 12 though. I'll have to look on the store. Okay, so they have a mod on the X-Plane store. Oh, don't forget to fly the airplane. So there's a mod on the X-Plane store for the SR-71 Blackbird. So that means the aircraft, it seems to be, I have no idea what that is. No idea. It might not be the actual plane, so definitely research it, make sure you know. So we're going to this helipad, as you can see. It says Monaco. That's as close as we're going to get to it. There's a small helipad there, small marine dock, but not much else. Monaco's really poorly modelled. Very poorly modelled. Such a shame as well. Well done, Microsoft. Damn. You'd think the X-Plane crew had stepped out of the Stone Ages with this thing. Awesome. I may have to start playing some other games. I haven't really used my computer for anything else other than flight simulators, so maybe it'd be interesting to try another game and see what whether people like that as well. Okay, I'm not sure how to land this, so let's go ahead and deploy flaps, full flaps. First time landing on water. Could go wrong. Could go wrong. We're at the Monaco heliport. Very good. Okay, we touched down without crashing. Wow, look at that sunshine bounce off the water. Amazing. And of course there's no break in the water. I don't think we can turn very well in this. Shut the aircraft down. I mean, that's been a relatively short stream, but I think it's been good. We didn't really find Monaco modelled to our expectations. We certainly found a nice landing spot for the Beechcraft and for the Cessna. You should comment, actually if you want to find this, comment on the video and I'll reply that way. I'm not familiar with the aircraft. I know it's not on X-Plane at the moment. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate being here. It's only been about an hour and 20-minute stream. It's been a good experience, good flight through the south of France, and hopefully do some more of these in the future. So have a fantastic day everyone, and au revoir, take care.